On Monday, the country will celebrate the life of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And for those that lived through the civil rights era, Dr. King's words and actions are all too familiar. As a child, I was instructed to memorize the I Have a Dream speech. I learned about the walk across the Edmund Pettus Bridge, the peaceful protests in the city of my birth that were met with fire hoses and attack dogs. And for many, when we look back at the struggles for equality as something of the past, believing these issues were resolved with constitutional legislation. However, if 2020 has brought any good into our world, it shows us just how far we have to go in the struggle for equality. Those are easy words for me to say as a person born into privilege. When it comes to economic, gender, nationality, ethnicity, systemic privilege, life has been handed to me on a silver platter. That doesn't mean that I haven't faced difficult circumstances, hardship, disappointment, or rejection. However, I've been given more than my fair share of a leg up as a result of being born male into a white middle-class American family. If life were a baseball game, I get to start with 5 RBIs, bases loaded, no outs, and the league-leading designated hitter stepping up to the plate. Stop and consider if you are a person of privilege. What opportunities have been afforded to you that others have not? Has privilege blinded us from the societal disadvantage we propagate, sometimes without even knowing it? The hard reality is that while many of us experience privilege, so many of our neighbors do not. Our way of seeing the world isn't always right because it fails to see, listen, and understand the suffering that others experience. As Dr. King put it, rarely do we find men who willingly engage in hard, solid thinking. There's almost a universal quest for easy answers and half-baked solutions. Nothing pains some people more than having to think. For many, MLK Day is just another holiday, a day off of work. However, I invite us as a congregation to let this be a day of listening and learning. We invite you to join us in honoring Dr. King by expanding our love for neighbor. By seeing the world through our neighbor's eyes, we can love more fully and authentically. Below are links to a number of videos that give a deeper perspective into how we have so long to go in the struggle of equality. May we continue to be transformed and reformed by Jesus Christ through the power of the Holy Spirit and the love of God the Father.